Have you ever sat down at a Chinese restaurant and all the dishes are in the middle, everyone's chopsticks are flying around, and you think, wait, which one is mine? In many Western countries, you get your own plate. In China, you share almost everything on the table. Why Chinese people love sharing food so much, and how not to be rude at a Chinese dinner. Let's start with the basics. What does a typical Chinese meal look like? People sit around one big table, often a round one. All the dishes are placed in the center. Sometimes on a lazy Susan that spins, everyone has their own bowl of rice and their own chopsticks, but the dishes in the middle are for everyone to share. You don't own one single dish, you just take a bit from this plate, a bit from that one. And now compare that with a typical Western-style dinner. Each person gets their own plate, a main dish and some sides, maybe a salad, there might be a basket of bread or a shared starter in the middle. But in general, what's on your plate is yours. If you start eating directly from someone else's plate without asking, that's usually not okay. So the big difference is simple. One table of shared dishes versus individual plates, but behind this simple difference are very different ideas about we and me. This difference didn't appear overnight. In fact, both China and Europe once had mixed eating styles. In ancient times, Chinese people often dined individually to show social rank, while Romans enjoyed communal feasts for pleasure and indulgence. Later, the Chinese embraced lively shared meals, while the West moved toward individual plates for hygiene and personal space. History sure loves playing jokes. In Chinese culture, eating together is not only about filling your stomach. It's very much about feeling close and connected. When we say, let's have a meal together, it often means, let's build or maintain our relationship. Sharing dishes creates a strong we feeling. We are literally eating from the same plates. The message is, we are together. We share. So the shared table is not just a practical choice. It's also a way to show care, hospitality, and group belonging. On the other hand, in many Western cultures, having your own plate is also about respect and personal space. You have your portion. You decide what to eat first, how fast you eat, and what you want to finish or leave. If someone keeps reaching into your plate, it can feel like they're crossing a line. It's not just about hygiene. It's about your personal area. Shared dishes say, we are one group. Individual plates say, I see you as an individual. Both are valid, just different cultural priorities. Now, if you ever join a Chinese-style shared dinner, here are a few simple tips that can help you look like a pro and avoid awkward moments. 1. Let elders or the hosts start first. 2. Don't dig through dishes for the best piece. 3. Never stick chopsticks upright in rice. It looks like funeral incense. 4. Don't knock bowls or point at people with chopsticks. These small acts show respect. Today, things are changing more, and more Chinese families and restaurants use serving chopsticks, small individual plates, and sometimes even full Western-style individual portions. People still love the warm, lively feeling of sharing dishes, but at the same time, they care more about hygiene and personal comfort. So you might see a mix shared dishes in the center, plus personal plates, plus serving spoons, a kind of best of both worlds solution. So is one way better than the other? Not really. They simply tell different stories about what we value. What about you? Do you prefer sharing everything on the table or having your own plate? And have you ever had an awkward or funny experience because of different eating styles or table manners? Tell me in the comments.